Hello, everybody. I think I figured out the whole live thing. If you could give me a 5x5 or something to let me know that you can hear me. I think you can. I hope so. Let me just check it out. I don't know. This video is unavailable. To let me know that you can hear me. Okay, I think you can hear me. Oh, yay! Thank you, Tony. Thank you for the 5x5. I really appreciate that. I am using StreamYard tonight, and I just figured it out, and I'm so happy. Tonight, I really want to talk about crime. We talked about crime last week. So this week, I want to talk about not being a target, not being an easy win for a criminal. Hello, Linda's Prepper Kitchen. I have been watching Southern Prepper One's Boots on the Ground videos, and he's getting reports and memos from all kinds of different police, organizations saying that they're not coming. They're just not coming. Unless it's a violent felony crime, they're not coming. So I really want everybody as a society to be sure. I know, I love Southern Prepper One. To be aware of the fact that you can look like a harder target than what you really are. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. And if you guys have a question, please make sure that you put it all in caps so that I can see it. Tony says, I'm ready, bring it on. And I did a little rant video this past week just talking about the wolf preppers and how, maybe people are coming for your stuff. And I would like to make myself a less available victim for a person who has a criminal mindset. Hi, Sierra. Hi, Charlotte Prepper. Hey, everybody. And thank you, Yarn Prepper. Yes, I don't ask you to buy my stuff. I don't ask you to do any, I don't ask you to do any of that stuff. But if you want to, let my commercials play, I appreciate that. And always like and comment. I read every comment. Do the pepper spray stun gun keychains work from Lori? I don't know. I have pepper spray, and I probably would use it if given the chance. I also have a Second Amendment implement, but I would rather not use that if I had the chance to use something else. Ginny Pennington is in the house. My mouth is not matching my words. I don't know how to fix that. I'm using StreamYard. I don't know how to fix it. Maybe I have too many tabs open. Okay, is that better? Am I matching now? Nope. I tried muting it and putting it back on. It's matching for Sierra. Okay, well, we'll just keep rolling. Yeah, pepper spray does give you time to get away in most instances, and it's definitely a deterrent. And kind of that's what some people are looking, for, is more of a deterrent rather than a permanent solution to a temporary lapse in judgment by a criminal type person. So with the police being unable to respond to anything but felony crimes in some areas, it's up to us as citizens to go ahead and make sure that we are taking 100% care of our own needs. And, criminals are going to become more bold if they decide that the cops aren't coming. My puppy just made a noise. Tater! Come here, Tater! It's going to be interesting. He is in full effect. Come here, Tater! Okay, so number one thing that we want to talk about is that criminals don't want a fair fight. They want the advantage, and I am one for not giving a criminal an advantage. They pick on the weak, the elderly, and people who are scared or nervous. So these are not things that we want to portray. Oh, Yarn Prepper has a cat head brass knuckle, a good one to punch eyes and put it on my hand while grocery shopping. That is super smart. So with criminals not wanting a fair fight, the number one thing you can do is practice your body language. And I actually learned this when I took my concealed carry class. Our instructor was fantastic, and he was a former police officer, and it was his wife that also taught the class. And the number one thing they said was make sure that your body language is correct. So your stride, you don't want a hurried stride, and you don't want to be shuffling. You want to have a nice, confident stride. And head up. That was another thing. Make sure that your head is up. I tend to look at the ground, or I don't meet people in the eye. And that was something that I had to change. Uncle Al in the house. That's something that I had to change because he said, number one, you need to give people a split-second glance. Number one tip that he gave, make sure that you're not eye contact, but you need to let people know I have seen you and I can identify you if things go south. So that split-second glance lets those people know that you're there and that you know that they're there, and probably that they're up to no good. And then when you identify that person, normally they'll pick someone else because you actually have seen them. If you're, all up in your phone looking around and, or fussing with your bag or trying to load the car or something like that, and they can catch you off guard, push you down and take your stuff, it's different than if you are actually head up and you look at them and you let them know, hey, I have seen you. So head at head level, not looking down, avoid eye contact. A lot of those people of a criminal mindset do not care for eye contact, and you don't have to look them in the eye. All you have to do is look at their direction and let them know that you have seen them. And then you can look away from them, but don't look down. You can look and then look away, and you can keep them in your peripheral, especially if they're up to no good. And then your situational awareness, which, all of us get distracted. Yeah, exude confidence, more than conquerors. Absolutely. Exude confidence. You need to make sure that your posture is upright and that you do not look afraid. And I will share that a few months ago, I went to Walmart, and there was definitely a man there who was up to no good. It was a Friday night. It was around 6 o'clock. He was casing cars, running around in the between the gas pumps. And the man on the other side of the pump said, I'm going to stay here until you finish your gas. I was alone. I'm going to stay here until you finish pumping your gas because that man is up to no good. And I said, thank you. Also, I'm packing, and I had my passenger's door open. I had my keys in my hand, and I said, my gun is on the seat right there. And he said, that's awesome. Good for you. However, I'm still going to stay. And that was fantastic because that means that another citizen, I live in kind of a good old boy area, and that's a good thing. I like Karen. I walk around with a don't F with me face, and it works well for me. I'm telling you what, there is nothing like a menopausal woman. Don't even try it. Don't try it. We've already had a bad day, and we're sick of your nonsense, and we just met you. So I want to talk a little bit about avoiding denial. I wrote some things down on my phone. Okay, so a denial or like a normalcy bias would be like, I don't want to be afraid to just have a normal life. Like, why can't I just go and, have a normal life? I want to go to Target, and I want to get a coffee, and I want to enjoy myself, and I don't want to think about people who are trying to rob me. I hate not trusting people. Man, if I've heard that a million times. I hate not trusting people. People are good. Most people are good, but it's the bad apples that, that really spoil the whole bunch. He seems really nice. I think that I could trust him. Most, slick type, I don't want to say con men, but like Ted Bundy, a very nice man. And that's how he got women to, unalive. He was very slick and very charming. You can't predict violence. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. So why worry? Well, that's a kind of a head in the sand kind of attitude, and that's just not my favorite thing. Watch out for tag teams who use distraction. Absolutely. At our local Aldi at Christmas time 3 years ago, there was a tag team of two gentlemen making sure that they were stealing purses, and one would distract by saying, hey, would you like me to buy your cart off you, which is a normal thing at Aldi, like they'll hand you the quarter or whatever. And then the other one would either take your purse off the seat, take it out of the shopping cart, or whatever. So they got caught, but it was a big deal for a few minutes. And if you don't know the trick, the little safety belt on a shopping cart that you put your kid into, you buckle them up. When I used to carry a designer bag, which I stopped doing that. Hi, Nene. I used to wrap the seatbelt around my purse and lock it so that if anyone tried to take my purse, they'd have to take the whole cart. So that was new. Use your voice. Make sure that you have a loud, clear voice, and do not yell help if someone comes after you. Make sure that you yell the word fire. People will come to the word fire, but if you yell the word help, they are less likely to come. Yeah, that's pretty sad. I'm just going to look through the comments here really quickly because you guys are really throwing out some great stuff. Linda says, I don't know if I can do this right. Did I do it? Linda says, I say be on your guard. Someone's trying to be overly nice. Absolutely. And I mean, I live in the South and there's plenty of nice people out there. And, sometimes that happens and I don't know. But you have to watch out for those tag teams too. If a nice lady comes and wants to talk to you, she may have her, drug dealer boyfriend on the other side of the parking lot ready to jack your stuff. It's Uncle Al in the house. Okay, I'm going to go way back. Weighted bags are illegal. Well, Florida is a right to defend state, so we don't really have that. If you feel like you're being threatened in any way, your bodily harm, you can just go ahead and take care of that without any repercussions, to be honest. Okay, Tater has come. Let me grab him really quick. Tater's sleeping with Dixie. Did you fall down? There he is. There's the little man. He is 3/4 Yorkie and 1/4 Maltese. And his name is Tater. And we'll probably be doing a meet Tater next week because he's still kind of new. He's still camera shy, I think. He's really tired. He's been playing all day, and my big dog Dixie, who is like 80 pounds, is totally in love with him. Totally in love. Nobody can see you. Little teddy bear face. He's tired. He's a tired boy. Okay, now I'm going to put him down. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Sierra said, let me highlight that if I can. Sierra says, that's one thing I had to change as a nurse because I just wanted to be helpful. It's what I do, but it took a bit to not necessarily volunteer help, but wait to be asked for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's hard for me too, as a mom and everything. You want to help somebody out, but that could be a trap 100%. Yeah, I love the fact that there are other states that are stand your ground states. DL, North Carolina is a stand your ground state too, which I think is fantastic. I think as a citizen, you should have a right to defend yourself. Hey, you know what, Linda? If you want to put something heavy in your purse and you want to hit somebody over the head with it, I think it's their fault for trying me. Oh, she hit me in the head. Okay. You shouldn't have been doing what you were doing. Lori says, I've been shadowed before, so I am always aware of who is around me. Yeah, that happened to me and my mom once. We went to Joann Fabrics and I noticed that there was a man following us around. And I was like, why is this dude following us? And at that time, I didn't have my concealed. And so we actually went to Office Depot that was kind of in the same plaza, followed us into that store. And when we went into Best Buy, I actually told the people at the front desk that there was a man following us in a very loud voice and that I could identify him, and he split. So there's your you don't want to be a victim thing. And my mom, she's not in the best health, and she wasn't, she definitely looked it. So I think we may have looked like an easy target, but I ain't going down. Rita says, I have my keys on a carabiner hooked to a belt loop. I don't carry a purse, just a small wallet in my pocket attached with Velcro. That way my hands are always free. You know, that's one of my tips, is always leave one hand free. And I prefer my left hand. I actually keep my keys now on a lanyard around my neck. Number one, I never have to look in my bag. I know right where they are. Number two, if somebody tries to snatch them, they're going to have to snatch me with them. And it keeps that one hand free. I carry a crossbody bag now with a zipper, and I keep my phone in the bag because, yeah. Yelling fire may only make people run. Instead, yell help. Actually, that is the opposite of what I was told at my concealed carry. The gentleman was a retired police officer, and he said if a woman screams help, most people will run the other way because they know that something really bad is about to go down. But if you yell fire, the responder type people, the alpha male type people, will come and help you. Yeah. Whereas if you yell help, people may not want to be involved. Let's go back. Less likely to happen if you look people in their eyes. Leave your phone alone when walking. Walk with a purpose. I clip my bags too. Yeah. So in working with my husband, Mr. Biggs, used to work in the construction industry, and he worked with a lot of felons and a lot of drug addict type people and things like that. And that was the number one thing they said to avoid was eye contact, because in that sort of world, they consider eye contact very confrontational. And yeah, they'll do something about it because they think you're out of pocket. So you don't look, they don't appreciate that if you look them in the eye. But I'm a female, and this person, DL, do the hokey pokey and get busy, may not be a female. Females have to play by a little different rules than males. For men, it's different. Sierra, if you're prepared, you don't really have to worry. Be aware of your surroundings. Absolutely. 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 Yeah. Thank you, Uncle Al. Please hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And there are 65 people watching, and I just want to make sure that I say thank you to everybody because I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me on a Saturday night. And I'll be done by 8 o'clock so that we can go and catch a different live. Gina, where'd it go? Yeah, nowadays when you yell help, no one comes running to help you. Everybody just whips their phone out and starts recording. That's true. Tracy P, head on a swivel at all times. That's one of my mottos. Faux show. So flat shoes and hair up. Oh my gosh. One time I was with my mom and we were in Walmart, and I have to say this was probably post her breast cancer, but pre her leaving Florida, which would have been probably 2016, 2015, not in the greatest of health. And she we went to Walmart, and she wore some cute flip-flops, which I have to say that the nice lady attire in Ocala, Florida is white capri pants, cute top, cute hair, blingy flip-flops, name brand bag. So she was looking good. And the power went out while we were in the Walmart. and she walked away from me, and I lost it on her. I was like, Mom, get back here right now. And she's like, what? I don't understand. I go, you do not get the fact that this could be, number one, it could be SHTF right now. Number two, the power went out and there was no backup generator that kicked on. So who knows what would have happened at that moment. It would take, I think, a couple of hours for really people to sink in if there would have been an EMP or something like that. But the fact that she walked away from me, my brother and I had to have a very serious conversation with her about readiness. And we were like, listen, I know that you like your cute blingy platform flip-flops and your, your cute top and the whole everything, but that's not going to help us if we have to walk home 20 miles from Walmart. So the next time we went out, we had talked to her, nice sneakers, cute flat shoes, something that is going to be able to help you get out of Dodge, because you cannot run in a pair of blingy platform flip-flops. You cannot. So if something went down, even if the Walmart caught fire, what if there's a tornado? I mean, you don't know. It could be just not like SHTF, seriously. And then she had her bag in the cart, and I was like, listen, we need a crossbody. We need something that's going to be, able to be carried with you. And if you're with someone and something happens like that, make sure that you stay with the person that you came in with, just because you don't want to run. You don't want to be separated from them if something happens. So flat shoes, hair. If you have long hair is an easy target for a lot of criminals, and also like killer type people really tend to really like long hair. So if you want to put that up or put it in some braids, wear a cute ball cap, you can still look super cute and not be, a target type person. The other thing I've started doing is wearing less jewelry to the store. I know some people, they have the huge diamond ring and they have the, diamond necklace and the diamond earrings, and then they've got a bag, and then they've got their phone, and they've got, a bunch of blingy type stuff. All it takes is one good shove to the pavement and they've got your stuff. And I don't know if you have insurance on that or not, but that would be sad for me. And I'm not saying don't wear your engagement ring or your wedding ring or anything like that, but definitely think about it. I like this. Sue, welcome to the channel. Really glad you decided to subscribe. Glad you're here. And I'm glad that your kids are out there and that you're trying to make them more aware. And Uncle Al says, get training with a collapsible baton. Absolutely. Any kind of training is good training. Any kind. I'm all for it. I like this. Margarita C, I carry in my purse a small flashlight from the Dollar Tree. That is awesome. Oh my goodness. Dawn, I'm so sorry to hear that. Learned my lesson about paying attention when I got my purse snatched walking home with my headphones on. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry that happened to you. I'm glad that you ended up okay. Let me just look through some comments. Nene says, carry yourself upright when you walk. It shows strength. Hair is easier to pull up. Tip of the day, don't pepper spray yourself. Uncle Al, I have had that happen. We tested out some pepper spray one time and the wind got it and pushed it in my face. That was not an experience I would like to repeat ever. I was super young back then. Super young. Yeah. Thank you, Yarn Prepper. Everybody, if you could hit the thumbs up, I really would appreciate it. And if anybody has a question, make sure that you put it in all caps, and I would love to answer questions about really any topic. Rita says, on rings when walking, turn the stone around to underside. I don't know what that means. So we can also talk about making our houses a less of a target. The number one thing that I basically read on the internet is lock your shed. Lock your shed. That is the biggest thing that was the number one tip on several websites. A lot of people leave their sheds unlocked, and there's so many good things in there. Not only that, but most people keep a ladder in their shed, and a ladder could be put right up against your house, and they could just crawl in the windows and, yeah, take your stuff. Hey, apartment prepper, how are you doing? There's a group that is part of the National Turkey Federation called Women in the Outdoors. They have groups in 50 states and classes at least once a year. That is an awesome resource. That is an awesome resource. Thank you, Sierra, for telling us about that. Also, be alert when someone's tailing your car. Very important. And following you home. Too many of the same turns as me, and we'll be going down different streets as a precaution until I'm sure. Absolutely. And that's part of situational awareness. 100%. Being a harder target. I mean, Tommy over at Tommy Blake's Homestead was talking about how people are getting followed home from the grocery store and jacked for their groceries. And that's only going to increase as the price of food increases 100%. Hello, Prepping by Faith. Don't leave your garage door opener in the car unlocked. 100%. All someone would have to do is take your garage door opener, and to be honest, I wouldn't know it until I got home and tried to open my garage that it was even gone. Yeah, and then if someone followed you home, they could definitely get into the garage later, whether you were home or not. Carrie says, how it is with everything going on and even talking about it. Family members still bury their head like nothing's going to happen. So you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. And that is, that's a hard thing. Hi, Sassy Gal. I'm glad you're here tonight. I'll be seeing you tomorrow night at 7. Sassy has a live tomorrow night at 7 Eastern Standard Time. So I usually hit that one a little as soon as I get home from church. Corey says, stay armed. Absolutely. Oh, Uncle Al. That's why I walk with the elderly and disabled from the store. He's a nice guy. Here's another resource. If I can, whoops, there it is. The WIDO always has classes for safety, defense, now, and arrow. You can practice shooting 2 different types of Second Amendment. They also have hunting classes. That is awesome. That is awesome. And take advantage of any training that they have. And if you don't feel comfortable with a male instructor, ask for a female one, because there are lots of female instructors out there who will love for you to become an empowered citizen as a fellow woman. Absolutely. And that's a real big thing in my area in Ocala, is the women's empowerment. In fact, there is a class going on that happened today, helping people to defend their churches against shooters. So it was run by law enforcement, and they were teaching a class to regular concealed carry type owners on how to protect your church should anything happen during the service, and how to protect people, and running drills in your church on how to evacuate and things like that. Yeah. David says, you think you're being followed, make 3 to 4 right-hand turns. Very smart. So everybody knows that you should increase the lighting in your area, increase the lighting around your home. And also, you can install cameras. We have cameras. I don't really know. We have a sign out front that says smile, you're on camera, just to, let people know that they're being recorded. I don't really know how effective that is. If somebody wants your stuff, they're going to take it, whether they're being recorded or not. And unless it's a violent felony in a lot of places, the police just aren't coming anymore because they're already gone. Their budget is gone. So I don't know really how that is going to, that's going to work. Brenda just got back from the range and she was doing a little practice. Still not comfortable with it. The number one, Mr. Big says this all the time, the best Second Amendment implement for any person is the one they're most comfortable with. We have a Second Amendment by the front door. And is it the most powerful? Is it the most, does it have a laser thing on it and all the fancy bells and whistles? No, but it's the one that I can pick up and use every single time with accuracy. And that's the one we put there, because if there's some kind of fancy thing there and I don't know how to use it and I'm not comfortable with it and I'm the one who's home by myself, that's not going to do us a ding dang bit of good. It is the one that you are most confident with. So just pick the one that you feel the best with, and the one that's going to jam the least, and the one that you know how to use. Absolutely. And put a laser on that one too, says Brenda. Absolutely. Brenda, have you been talking to Mr. B? Because I'm pretty sure you have. He's so crazy. I don't know where Tater went. He left. He's probably napping. Wasp and hornet spray will fire long distance and can blind people for a while. So I read somewhere that wasp and hornet spray, all that really is fancy pepper spray. So that is a great tip. And we have wasp spray in our office, which if you tuned into, if you saw the tornado video, out of the 5 women in my office, 3 are carrying. However, we still do have the wasp spray in the front just for, an added, hey, I don't think, see, there's that denial. I don't think anybody would actually come to our office, but how would I know? How would I know? Yeah, a ding dang bit of good. I say ding dang all the time. You'll get used to it. Yeah, Nene said we always took a can. She's talking about wasp spray trucking with us. Perfect. It's a great, I got 2 giant cans for $7 at Lowe's a couple of weeks ago. Oh, add a lighter to the wasp spray and make a flamethrower. Well, I think you could do that. Hey, Yarn Prepper, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Yeah, wasp spray is definitely a good deterrent. It will buy you enough time to run. If somebody can't see, they can't fight. Those are the 2 big things. If you can't see and you can't breathe, you can't fight. So if you blind somebody, they instantly are going to be, check your criminal codes. Uncle Al, I hope you live in a right to defend state, because, there's stuff all over my house that I can use. Well, if anybody's seen a tour of my living room, there's axes and swords and tomahawks. We don't have kids in the house. You can tell. If I ever have a grandchild, I'm going to have to put some of that stuff away. Yeah. It's funny how while we're talking, my own denial came up. Yeah, I don't really think anybody would do that. Do I know, though? I don't know. No. But we are surrounded by, we have a pharmacy down on the corner, and I actually used to work in that pharmacy, and we were robbed more than once. Yeah. Then we had to do some precautionary stuff, but we actually were robbed more than once. So I don't know if they would hit the pharmacy first. And there are several dentist's office as well. So hitting our office, we don't really do anything. Yeah, officer, I just grabbed whatever I could to get my hands on. I feared for my life. Yeah. So there's a thing, kind of a viral thing going around on Instagram, how this person, I don't want to gender them because I think they're confused about their gender, but I don't want to gender them. But anyway, this person says that if you are being the R-worded as a female, that you should not have the right to unalive your attacker, that you need to, just kind of take it and then let the police deal with it. But that person has a confused gender and also didn't really make a whole lot of sense. I will tell you what, if someone wants to try to R-word me, it's not going to go well for them at all. Yeah, Apartment Prepper said, no, that's exactly what I said. No, I'm not doing that. I think if someone attacks me, that I have the right to defend myself. 100%. But if you haven't seen that yet, maybe I'll post it over on my Instagram tonight. I don't know. Dawn says, I keep all kinds of things around in each room to defend myself. That's a great mindset to actually be in, is to think about how you would react. Yeah, someone did actually say that. Is to think about the things that you can use to defend yourself. Cast iron skillet, kitchen knife, hot pot of water. Somebody actually put on one of my, that's my dog snoring. Can we get her? Can you see her? Let me see. There she is. She's doing a live video with mommy. Apparently, I'm really boring. Yeah. The R word thing. Yeah. But keeping things around in each room to defend yourself, very good state of mind to be in. The mental preparedness game is so important. I know Sassy Gal Prepping always talks about the mental preparedness game, and that is mental preparedness to me. It's just thinking about how you're going to defend yourself. Rolling pin, absolutely. You crack somebody upside the head with that, and you are going to be, yeah. You could stick the guinea pig on somebody. Hey. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Corey and her daughter are starting. I'm thinking, okay. There it is. That is awesome. Any kind of self-defense is perfect. Any kind. The sound of cast iron makes when you hit someone in the head is weird. Is a weird sound. There's Sassy. She says, thinking of those situations ahead of time helps so much, and not to dwell on it and not to be morose or be, obsessed or anything like that, but just walking around going, hey, you know what? Yeah, I think I could do some damage with that, and then be mentally ready. Oh, Michael has a question. Do you believe in protection more than another's life? That's a good question. I don't really know. Most people are inherently good. I will say that. Most people do not have, malice in their heart. They're good people. They just want to live a simple life and not, not be hurt and not hurt others. And then, yeah, most people want to live a great life. People who don't want to live a great life and people who want to hurt other people, there are consequences to all actions. That's all I'm going to say. There are consequences to all actions. If I decide that I'm going to cheat on my taxes and 5 years from now, the IRS goes, hey, you've been cheating on your taxes and you owe us a lot of money and you owe us back money. I can't be all shocked and shaken when they do that because I know I cheated. And if I go out and I want to hurt somebody and they hurt me back first or they hurt me worse, that's my own fault. That's called consequences. And I am pro consequences. Yeah. Pro consequences, 100%. Mr. B just kicked the light on outside. Firearms instructor said to practice at home. If you get your arm nightstand, practice grabbing it and taking cover. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can practice with your Second Amendment implement without ever even firing it, without ever even doing anything with it. You can just take it out of the holster, rack it, put it back in. And I cannot tell you how many drills we've done where you take it apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together, or take it and rack it and put it away, pull it, get your stance correct. Tammy, not all of the G word owners are out to unalive people, but if you break into my home or threaten me and your family, yeah. So that's kind of more of a consequences thing. Yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody. I never want to hurt anybody. I could have unalived the person who was under the influence of illegal substances who tried to come onto my land and hurt me. And I didn't do that because I don't want to do that. Would I have done it? Absolutely. If the young man hadn't have looked at me, looked at what I had in my hand, looked back up and said, I changed my mind, and took off on his newly stolen bicycle, then, things may have gone down a lot differently. I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want people to live a nice, healthy, beautiful life. So thank you for that question, Mike, because it seems like we've sparked quite a few comments, and that's fantastic. I love good exchange, and I'm all about being open to hearing people's different points of view, and all that good stuff. Yeah, the last thing I want to do is hurt anybody, ever. So I'm in recovery. I'll have 14 years coming up soon in September. And the biggest thing that I learned from recovery is harm none. But I'm also not going to take any, shovels full of cow manure either. Yeah, there are a lot of stories out there of owners defending, what they have. Yeah. So if people are following the golden rule and doing unto others as they would have done to them, then nobody's going to have a problem. If everybody lived by that code, we would never have any problems ever. But ever since the days of Cain and Abel, there have been some pretty raunchy stuff that have happened to people. And there wasn't a the Second Amendment back then. It was just a rock. Thank you, Michael. Great follow-up to his original question. I love a good exchange also, and let's learn from each other, even though we may not always agree with each other. Excellent. I like that. Thank you. Thank you for being a gentleman about it and not being a troll. We have about 17 minutes. If you guys want to ask any questions about anything, I'm here to answer questions. If you want to ask about any like current events that happened this week, I know there have been some fantastic videos on a lot of different channels about some really interesting current events, like the Georgia Guidestones coming down. That was an interesting turn of events. Those have been there for a really long time. And then they tried to dig up the time capsule that was supposedly underneath, and it wasn't there. It makes you wonder kind of what's going on. Uncle Al says, hear about the heat wave? Lord, we are living it. It's been over 100 degrees every day this week. I think it's probably about 93 out right now. We just had a thunderstorm, so it is super crazy. Jay says, did you see in New York an elderly man attacked at his store, finally fought back, and was sent to Rikers? Oh, no. New York is one of those upside down states. I would not live there. What's for supper? I need to fix something soon. We had homemade chicken nuggets. They were actually turkey nuggets with some sweet potato fries, and I deep fried them. So Mr. B was very happy. And I made some homemade honey mustard. Yeah, the time capsule thing was kind of strange. They didn't find it. Which makes you kind of wonder if the Georgia Guidestones was a psyop or what. I don't know what quite to think about that. I'm gonna have to really give that to consideration. What am I drinking? So I have a neurodivergency about drinking something hot and cold at the same time. So this is tea, and this is water with a little bit of cranberry juice in it. Oh, making honey mustard super easy. It's Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, and honey, equal parts, and you just mix them together. We're in Florida, and we have rain it's hot here. This isn't even my biggest mug. Look how big this is. This isn't even the biggest one. I have a green one that's even bigger. And then I used to have an owl one that held a whole quart. I loved it, but it broke. Yeah, so the Guidestones they mysteriously blew up. And I heard a bunch of different accounts that it maybe got hit by lightning or that it got blown up, but no video footage of anybody going and setting explosives. They don't really know what happened. Of course, they don't. And is it a distraction to something else? Like the fact that I think at the end of this month, they're going to raise the percentage points again on interest. So I think they're talking about 3/4 of a percentage point to try to cool inflation. I think that's going to be disastrous for the economy. The first raise was pretty bad. I think this will be another kind of I don't want to say unalive shot. You can't say the K word on YouTube. They do not like that word. I don't think it's going to be that. This whole thing the last 10, 12 years has been death by 1,000 cuts. And I think it's just going to be another cut. I did hear about Sri Lanka out of food, money, and gas. Heartbreaking. I saw some footage on Instagram about that and how they're storming their capital and storming the residencies of their, prime minister and those things. So my heart goes out to everybody there. And also in Turkey, the food has hyperinflated there, and they are having a very hard time getting food to their people. I mentioned that in my last video about food preparedness. I did a big video where just all weekend I did all these different things to preserve food. Yeah, the bear country is setting up their nuclear defense, and they have a lot of things that could destroy us before that we even have a chance. Yeah. Yeah. My son, you'll be seeing soon my compass bracelet. My son is going to deploy again over somewhere. He doesn't know where yet. Somewhere in Europe, maybe, or somewhere else. I don't know. And neither does he. So it'll be sometime at the end of July that he will come out. Our family all has compasses. They have, my sons have matching compass tattoos, brother tattoos, which I haven't gotten mine yet, but I always wear, when he's gone, I always wear my compass bracelet. And his name is Nathan. So he hasn't had leave in 2 years. Does anyone know what America plans to do to protect us from Russia's attack? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson said that. So, they can have a plan. I don't even think they have a plan they don't even have a plan to get baby formula to babies right now. I would trust that as nothing. Oh, we have a plan. Okay. Good times. Michael, Nathan is in the Army. Yeah, a very high death rate for that one. Which one? Is it the monkey one? Reports of starvation. So sad. Oh, Marburg virus in Ghana. I did see the Sri Lankan revolution today. Yeah, as far as the government protecting us from anything, no. Yeah, well, I don't like to get political. I'm a political atheist. I'm also a constitutionalist. So as far as I'm concerned, none of them are doing their job correctly. Yeah, I always say that politicians and diapers are the same. They need to be changed regularly and for the same reason. Yeah, I don't know how much gas is in your area. If you want to talk about that really quick, protecting us from low gas prices. You got that right. Gas today, we went out to an estate sale, and I also got my hair done. Gas at our local gas station was $4.17 a gallon. We're planning on filling up our gas cans for the summer, like for our not long-term gas storage, for our lawnmower. Yeah, for our lawnmower. This week. Oh, $3.99 in South Carolina. Let me hop in the car. It cost me $19,000 to get there. Yeah, we didn't think 417 was too bad. Are you gonna come back for another appearance? Are you coming back? Ugh. He is 8 weeks old. He's tired. He's been sleeping with Dixie. I saw a comment about Dixie being gassy. She absolutely 100% is gassy. She's an old lady. She is 8, 7, 8. Tater. Hopefully he won't be so sleep. Well, he's been really sleepy the last couple days because he is growing. Carolyn, $5.55. Yikes. And the 417 was for the cheap stuff. Hello from England. 2 pounds per liter. I don't know what that works out to in dollars, but I can't imagine that it's good. Hi, Tracy. Tracy's in Maine, and I've actually lived in the same town that Tracy is from. How do you like them apples? We could practically be related. He is so adorable. He is. He's been doing great. He's been sleeping pretty much through the night, maybe only getting up like once or twice to go pee. And he's been doing really good. We have a new term in our house called the poop lamp. He loves he loves to poop by the lamp in the living room. So we've just dubbed it the poop lamp. He's doing really good with the peeing, but the pooping, not so much. What's the matter? You're going to be famous. Look at all these people. There's 75 people watching you right now. It's like a party. He is so stinking cute. Okay. He's tired. He's going to go sleep with Dixie. About $7 to $8 a gallon. Wow. Gina says her son is a Navy recruiter and a government vehicle was broken into yesterday. They didn't get much, but it takes real stones to rob a government vehicle right in front of their office. People are so desperate. Like I'm seeing reports of people just walking down the road with catalytic converters. It's so crazy. Did you just go catfishing?
Catfish.
Oh my gosh. I wondered where you went. Has anyone ever heard of women moving to the middle of nowhere 100% by themselves? They're probably sick of everyone's nonsense and they're just out. Yeah, potty pads by the lamp. Absolutely, yeah. I was telling him about the poop lamp. Yeah, I love DeSantis too. He actually kind of seems to have a good head on his shoulders. So hopefully he stays our governor for a while and we don't get some, wackadoo who takes away all of our rights. Yeah, I want to say that people in Florida are a little more awake, and it's surprising once you talk to somebody a little bit and they'll kind of allude to the fact that they might be awake a little bit, like kind of testing you out. Yeah, I've heard about Maine governor. So you guys just got the right to food that got passed? I thought that was a little suspect. Catfish does taste good, especially when it's fresh.
Right out our back door.
Right out the back door. Judd County. All right.
I found my knife I lost too.
Okay. Anybody else got any questions or want to talk about any events that happened this week? Criminals know they can get away with things. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think that's going to escalate as police have less and less in their budgets to help us as people and taxpayers. Let's not forget about that. As taxpayers, we are not getting the services that we are accustomed to. So that's interesting. Something to think about. And as the depression that's coming gets worse and worse, there's going to be more and more crime, sadly. We got some Floridians up in the house, and people are getting more and more desperate. Absolutely. And when people have nothing left to lose, they lose it. Oh, gotta go team fried catfish. 100%. Gotta go team fried. We need to have prepper meetings down here. You gotta be careful with that. I don't like to show all my cards at one time. Catfish and fried okra. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I just love doing these live videos and taking people's, questions and comments. Hi, Nikki. Thank you so much. Let me find her comment. I just really appreciate that. And, I never ask you to buy any merchandise. I don't ask you to, give me super chats, although I appreciate them. I don't ever ask for that because I want you to use your money for prepping. If you want to help the channel and support me, all you have to do is let some commercials run, leave a like, and leave a comment. It doesn't cost you anything. I would never want to take money out of your pocket or take money away from your family. 100%. That's not what I'm about. I want people to be prepared. I want women to feel empowered. I want people to be able to provide for their family in what are going to be some very stressful times coming up. Yeah. If we want to make America great again, like Tammy says, it's going to be the women that do it and the men, but it's going to be, it's going to be us girls. Free puppy babysitting. I like that. So yeah, if you could hit the like button and just leave a comment, if you could let commercials run, I really would appreciate it. I mean, if it's a 45-minute commercial, let's be real. But if it's 30 seconds, let it run. I really appreciate it so much because that really helps the channel out, and it doesn't cost you anything. Because like I said, I never want to take money away from you or your family or your prepping. You need to prep with your money. All right, everybody. Well, I'll be back next Saturday. I think I'll put a post in my community tab right now asking what you guys want to talk about next week, and then we can get ready. Okay. All right. Good night, This Girl Preps. I'll give everybody shout outs if you want to say good night. This Girl Preps, you need to do some videos, girl. Kelly, appreciate you stopping by. Tammy, really appreciate you. Lori, as always, love you, girl. Love you. Fire Girl 411 from South Georgia. Good night. Ginny, glad to see you here. Corey, thank you so much for your comments. They were great tonight. Really appreciate it. Sierra, as always, you're one of my biggest supporters, and I super appreciate you. Suda Breeze, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for being a subscriber. Michael, great comment. I was really glad to see the exchange between us. Thank you for being a gentleman. And Tracy, as always, sending hearts. My peppers are doing great, P.S. Tracy sent me some pepper seeds, and I planted them, and they came out awesome. Rita, good night, everybody. See you. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. I really appreciate you. I'm going to end the broadcast. Bye.